Oh my god. What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to properly paint your intercooler. So originally when I posted my video, I asked, should I keep it black or should I go silver? And I basically answered my own question when I did this. Check it out. This is what I was doing yesterday. I repainted my valve covers. I cleaned them up, sanded, friggin' took super long time on it, and it came out perfect. And the silver is like super nice. I figured, well, since I already have the paint, I might as well just go for it. So I've basically been putting this off for a really long time, and I thought today, might as well get it done. But before I get to painting, obviously I have to uninstall it or take it off my car, and there's also this little bar that holds it because I took off the old OEM bash bar here, and then I put on a new one which is black, and I gotta sand that, take the whole thing apart, sand it, and then repaint that part black so you can't really see it. And then as far as the intercooler, I want to sand all that black stuff off, or the best that I can, and then go ahead and paint that silver. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what it looks like silver or black right now. See, it kind of looks good black, but you just can't see it. Like, you can kind of see it like that. I think it's gonna look a lot better silver. Alright, so I got that little bash mounting bar thing off, and I have no idea what these things are for. Obviously I bought the kit used and it doesn't come with instructions, so if I had to assume, I would assume this is for maybe like the 2002, 3, or 2004, 5 Subarus, like the way that their bumper mounts up or something. I don't know what the use for these things would be. Maybe to like route some wires. I have no idea. I don't know. I know that I don't need it for my car, or at least I think I don't. So I'm gonna take all of these out so I can sand it, and then I can paint it all black, and you won't be able to see it through my grill because it looks ugly now. So go ahead and fix that. It's looking a lot better. I literally spent like $30 on this freaking respirator thing just because, you know, I don't want to die when I'm doing this. So looking a lot better, getting rid of all the rust. This thing is amazing, by the way. It's like a sponge piece of sandpaper, so it's like you can get everywhere. Anyway, I like it. So I'm not too worried on how this little bash bar comes out. So I'm gonna hit it with a couple coats of primer, and then go ahead and hit it with some black. And then after that, I'm gonna actually move into the intercooler, and then we'll mock everything up and see how this silver intercooler looks. I think it's gonna look pretty good. But one thing that I wanted originally when I got a front mount is to see those little side canisters, or whatever you call it, for the intercooler. But the intercooler that I got is so big that all you see is the fins. So I don't know, we'll see how it looks. I'm kind of excited. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that thing finished so I can move on to the intercooler and we can see how it all looks. Get a little before and after here. Here's the before. So I got about 3 coats in on this little bash bar mounting thing right here. It's basically Nardo gray at this point. Just trying to cover up anywhere that had rust so no rust will form there again. And then Tommy showed up as well. Bada bing, bada boom. And now I'm going in on this intercooler. I'm basically getting out all this flaky paint. I'm going in on the bottom here, making sure all these guys where the bolts go through are all clean, ready to go. And then I'm gonna clean it out with gasoline as far as like the inside goes. And then after that, I'm gonna mask everything off that I need to, which would be like that guy and that guy, maybe some bolt holes, and then go ahead and paint this too with the primer, and then go in with silver. But right now we're gonna get something to eat. I thought I was expecting words. Oh. Hi.
I'm gonna go get lunch, and I'm also painting the 4Runner wheels.
Wow. Okay, let's do it. I'm back from eating with Tommy, going in, still prepping the intercooler here. As you can see, taking off basically all of this black paint as best as I can so that I can start spraying it down. But we already got the first coat of the black all on this beam. It's coming out good. So another reason why I have this mask thing on, I actually invested in it, is I knew I was going to be working with gasoline, and I don't really want to harm anything internally inside my said body. So, you know, always stay protected. And I'm running some gasoline through the intercooler, getting out all the oil that's been trapped in there. So another big reason why people use like well, the only reason why people use air oil separators is so that doesn't happen, so there gets no oil inside your intercooler, because inherently you're going to pull oil through there, and obviously you don't want that. So there was a little bit of oil residue that was in the intercooler. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be running an either a Crawford or an IAG air oil separator. There you go. So that's what I'm going to be running to kind of prevent that from happening. But this gasoline is actually working out really well, getting out all the oil, and it's coming out pretty good. So once I finish cleaning the inside of that, then I'm going to move on, throw a coat of primer on the intercooler so the silver will adhere to it better, and then hit it with some silver, and then throw it back in the car, see what it looks like, and then maybe I'll do a little old before and after picture on Instagram. Might throw it up there. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning. Alright, so I got my inlet and my outlet all taped up. Both sides all cut off, looking good. And here's that little bash bar thing or mounting piece, whatever you want to call it. Looking awesome. Looking a lot better than I thought it was going to. Hopefully no more rust will ever appear. I sanded it all off, painted it all up. It's all good to go. Now, only other thing that I taped up was right here, because that's where some bolts screw in to actually mount it. So now I'm going to hit it with a couple coats of primer, then go silver, and then mount it up. See how it looks. First light coat of primer is down, just trying to get a good base. Coming out pretty good, and you can already see what it's going to look like. All silver, getting super stoked. So I was just on the phone with my tuner, and he said that we are basically good to go, and I'm going to be ordering my turbo today. It's going down. I'm done looking. I'm freaking over it. There's way too many options, so basically I am just going to go with the one that they recommended, and I can actually purchase the one through their shop. So they're going to order it for me, going to get the 3-inch inlet that I want, and it's going to be all good to go, and it's done. Anyway, so back onto this intercooler, you could see we're making fantastic progress, and it looks freaking awesome. I think it's going to look a lot better than the black originally. And I also finished this little brace here, all good to go. It's all black, and I took off those whatever the hell those things were. Took them all off. Gonna look a lot cleaner. Once the bumper goes on, all you'll see is this flat, just black piece, and it's gonna look a lot better. Everything looking clean. Everything torqued down. Looking good. Now, all I have is the primer on here, so it's kind of just like that primer color. You know what I mean? Kind of like flat, so it's going to look a lot better, I think, once I put on the actual paint, which is this stuff here. And it's going, well, it should look like my valve covers, which are, bow, right there. So it should come out looking like that, or at least somewhat like looking like that. So a little bit shinier, a little bit better. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep on going, because I actually have work in a couple hours, so I gotta get this finished up, put it on the car, or at least try to put it on the car, and see what it looks like. I put on the first coat of the silver, or maybe I'm on the second one. Honestly, I lost count, but it looks so good. And of course, I had to see what it's gonna look like with the bumper. So this is what it's gonna look like when I'm fully aired out, silver intercooler, front lip touching the ground once I notch a little bit of my frame. But anyway, that's what it's gonna look like. Oh my god. You can't tell me you don't love it. You cannot tell me it doesn't look freaking amazing. So it looks like I'm not gonna have time to again throw this thing on the car, but I do have a picture that I'll throw in now of what it looks like kind of behind the diffuser, and I think it's going to look super sick when it's on the car. You can already see what it's going to look like just kind of next to the bumper. So I'm really stoked on how it came out. So here's basically like the final, oh god, the final result. Super silver, looking good. Came out a lot better than I thought it was going to, so I'm really stoked on it. Also, you guys should be looking forward to another video coming out on how to install a fuel pump. Now, I've done one at school, and it wasn't that bad, and I actually had to drop the tank. But for Subarus, you can go in through, I think it's under the rear seats, I think that's what it is. Like under the rear seat, and you basically, there's like a bunch of bolts you gotta undo. Then you take out this big old white thing, and then in the white thing you gotta take out a few cables, and there's gonna be a fuel pump in there. Anyway, I'll get all into detail when I'm actually gonna do that video, which should be coming out. Not sure because we all know how busy I am, but it should be coming out this week too, and that'll be that guy. I got a Walbro fuel pump. Now I can pronounce that. I couldn't say it last week. I don't know. Walbro 255 is what I got. I might be getting a 450. Depending on how much I'm actually pushing on 85. I'm going to go back and forth with the tuner, but I think the 255 on 91 should be good for me. Now, let me know what you guys think of that guy. Definitely took a while, probably took me like 3 to 4 hours to do all the prep work, clean the inside of it with gas, get it all prepped, sanded, ready to go, but I'm really happy with how it came out. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Peace out.